Welcome to Bloodbath & Beyond. Today we review The Cook.
I need a bath.
Make it a bubble bath.
Directed by Greg Simon, starring Kit Paquin, Alan Yates, McKenna Ridgway, and Mark Hengst as the cook.
Okay!
This movie's about a sorority house that hires a cook. That cook happens to be a cannibal from Hungary.
The hungry cook. Get it? That's not funny, Jimmy.
And as you can imagine, he starts to kill the girls one by one and feed them to their fellow sorority sisters.
It tastes good, whatever it is.
This is a recommendation from Patreon from Mr. Awesome, who's recommended some quality movies in the past, and this is probably another quality B-ish movie. I will admit that we screwed up and we watched 20 minutes of a different The Cook, and it was terrible. It was the wrong movie. So this is the 2008 one. We're gonna talk pretty openly about this movie. If you don't like spoilers, you can check it out. Links in the description. But otherwise, we'll talk about our likes.
The Cook was fantastic. I don't know if I was more entertained by the fact that he was almost like the Hungary version of the Swedish Chef by just like saying nonsense and walking in and just being like, okay! We were constantly saying to each other, okay!
And I'm certain that it's going to continue.
Okay!
It was so much fun.
So good.
On top of that, when he kills all the girls, he gets super excited that the way he emotes his face is even more entertaining. He could very well be a Muppet with the amount of emotions he has.
The cast of sorority girls are fantastic because all of the characters are different. They have something going on. We've got a Christian girl who's challenged by her sexuality because there's another very dominant lesbian in the house who really, really likes her. And she makes it very clear.
Because you've been a very bad girl. What? I think you need a spanking.
There's a couple partiers. There's like the gym rat who likes to work out a lot. You've got the more normal girl in Amy, who's probably our main protagonist, who is actually like talking with the chef, and they both kind of like each other.
We can't leave out Lance, the tutor.
Wow.
He's just a weirdo who's there to talk with Bunny, who is the person who works out all the time. He's pretty good. It's a really big mixed bag of like relationships because you have a relationship with the cook and somebody. You have the relationship with Lance tutoring Bunny. You have the relationship between the two stoners, which
There's like so much relationships going on here. And you know what? I was for it.
honestly, it sounds like it's a lot to take in. And when you go into a horror movie like this, you're thinking like, oh, just kill them and eat them.
Okay!
It's almost like watching a damn reality show play out, and we're suckers for like Too Hot to Handle and shit like that. So why wouldn't we like this?
Damn. That is one big piece of meat.
I found myself rooting more for Lance and Bunny. You want the nerd to get the girl. He was a nice guy and didn't do anything creepy and got the girl. Cause sometimes that happens in these movies where like,
Sometimes,
Well, I
nearly
mean, he
every
did-
time.
I mean, he did do one creepy thing with Frank.
With you, Frank? Come on, man, you're gonna get us kicked out of here.
Oh yeah, he jerked off while she was having a shower. But who wouldn't?
Okay!
And in saying that, there are a couple scenes with nudity, but most importantly, we have some pretty quality practical effects. When people die, there's lots of blood. He's a chef. He's gotta come up with new techniques if he wants to stay at the top of the game. He uses a corkscrew. He uses the general stuff that you would assume that chefs would use. But there's lots of blood spraying everywhere, and it was cool.
Which led to like funny, but like tense moments.
Have you seen Lance?
When the cook kills someone, he's like trying to dispose of the body and like clean it up, but like people keep coming into the kitchen and he just like freezes. The look on his face is absolutely hilarious, so you get those fun moments.
If you can tell me what it is, I'll let you touch my tits.
It tastes like chicken.
Get the hell away from me!
And this is a pretty low budget movie. Obviously from the quality, it appears that way. But the production value, aside from the actual like low resolution, it's pretty solid. I was never once distracted by anything done in camera or audio wise because you're so hooked on what's going on. Now what didn't we like? Well, I did appreciate the relationships and the practical effects. We had our first kill, which was awesome. And in movie time, we have like 3 days where nothing happens. So it's literally just like the girls hanging out, getting high, doing lots of, they love doing drugs. They love doing all drugs.
We have half a bag of pot, a bottle of tequila, and some acid left. What the fuck do we need them for?
They'll smoke weed, do some half-ass body shots, and then drop some acid after.
You guys know what body shots are? I'll grab the tequila, and Brooke, you take off your shirt.
But do I want to watch them party and not get killed? That sounded weird. But you know what I mean.
Okay! That's what I felt this film lacked. It didn't have a strong female lead, like your final girl. Because what you get from Amy is almost like a side character.
You want a piece of that ass for dessert.
Give me a break, Bunny. He doesn't even speak English.
Since when is there a language requirement to get into your pants?
Oh, that must be the oral part of the exam.
Bunny, to me, was more that protagonist, but didn't have that interaction with the cook. She just was too busy with Lance.
Yeah, it is strange. She has like the least interesting character arc of the whole film. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. If you're looking for a fun B-movie that has some pretty quality practical effects and some fun characters, this might be up your alley. It was pretty enjoyable for what it was. The cook is hilarious. Unfortunately, I did think because there was so much going on in the sorority house that both the killer and our protagonist Amy got pushed aside for a lot of the film. And so you're so invested in the partying teens. And so I think it was a little bit imbalanced, but at the end of the day, it's a great movie to just throw on and not think about, and you'll have a good time. So I'm gonna give this 3.5 Sloppy Joes out of 5.
Dude, watch us!
I had a really good time watching this film. This is one of those ones that you could just shut your brain off and not have to worry about it. Yeah, it's an indie film, so you know what you're getting into. I'm gonna take all the technical stuff aside and focus on our killer, who was great. We got practical effects, we got cool kills, and we had characters that you wanna root for. The issue I have though, there wasn't that like showdown with the killer that you would expect in most slashers. All that mattered was the cook doing his job, killing people and serving food. And that is a like and a dislike. Now the humor was one of those things that didn't always hit the mark, but I just love the cook. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this film 4 snuggle bunnies out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it. If you haven't and you do want to check it out, links are in the description. If this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, stay up to date with everything Bloodbath and beyond.
I guess I should be going, so I'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay.